Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Mr. Ainsworth, and we're getting to a cool little budget project here on the spreadsheets using Excel, or commonly known as a Google Sheet, okay, which is basically the same as an Excel program, but online. All right, so let's go into Canvas and get our spreadsheet. So here we go. Let's go into our modules here, and let's swipe down. So we can get the latest uh, project here. And in our project, let's find the budget project. There we go. So under Google Sheet projects, right now there's two of them. So it'll be in the first one here. I'll move it here in a minute. Forgot to do that. But anyways, go ahead and find your budget project using Google Sheets, which is Excel. All right. I want you to, on the link here, press and hold down. All right. Copy the link, swipe up, and go to your Safari browser. All right. Go ahead and click on the plus sign. Go ahead and paste that in and hit return. And at this point, follow the directions on row 3 because we're in Safari now, not in the Google Chrome. So you can see your menu bar at the top there where you can do all sorts of things and formatting. All right, so what we want to do is change it from view mode to edit mode because right now you're in view mode and you cannot modify my spreadsheet that I made for you here. So what we want to do is go up here to File. Here, let me use my cursor here. Go up to File right up here, click on File, make a copy, and then change the name, right? So let's take this out right here and let's put your name in there. Okay, I'm going to put Mr. Ainsworth in, so do not put this in here. All right, you put your name, give it a name there. Say select make a copy and don't share it with anybody. Okay, just make a copy. There we go. Now it's in your Google Drive. And at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to modify it. So now this is yours. It should have your name on it. So right up here at the very top, take out Mr. Ainsworth here. So go up here, just double click right here, and then take my name out and put your name in here. Okay, so your name. I'm going to laugh if someone types in your name. Don't do that. I won't give you 100%. So put your name in there, make it personal. And then also, I'm going to show you how to share it with me and submit it as a hyperlink because you got to do that too when you're done. So don't click on copy link yet. It's going to be restricted. You got to change it to Temecula Unified School District, so KTVSD. You got to change from viewer to editor so I can check your spreadsheet. And then what you do is you copy your link and you submit that in Canvas. In fact, you could stop right now and then pause the video and go do that. Put it in their Canvas. So any modification you make, I will see real time, which means as you do it, I will be able to see your modifications. Okay. So there you go. That's how you do that. And then of course, you know how to submit it in Canvas because you've been doing it all year long, guys. Okay. You guys are seniors. You know how to do that. All right. So submit that, resume the video. Here we go. And let's get started. This will show you here, like what is really required to actually live. Okay. And this is kind of a neat project because there's a lot of things involved in your monthly budget, and not just a few basics. And what I'm going to go through here is just a sample, a small sample of a real budget. And this by no means is an advanced budget. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Okay, so we're going to first play with some numbers here. So I don't know, we're just going to have to make up some numbers. Let's say we get out of college and we have a base gross salary of 70,000. Okay, again, I'm just making up some numbers here. Okay, so you got to type in the right numbers here. So 7,000. All right. I don't have my right keypad, so let's see if I can do this. Now, state and federal taxes is going to take out nearly 70% of your income. Oh, I got to go back up there. That's 7,000. I want to put 70,000 in there, right? There we go. All right. Now, 30% goes to the state and federal government here. So what we're going to do is do our first equation, and that's going to be 30% or 0.30 or 0.3. All right, times, which is use asterisk here, so shift 8, which is times. And then you don't type in 70,000, you click on 70,000, which is in B5. Okay, and then you hit the enter button, and it calculates it for you. So guess what? The federal government's going to take out $21,000 of your salary, and that goes to state and federal taxes. All right, now again, that's only an estimate here. In the beginning, you might be spending less or paying less. I'm not exactly sure. You're going to have to talk to your employer about that. They'll tell you exactly how much is going out. All right, and what is your net income? Your net income is your gross minus taxes. All right, so there's your second formula here. We're going to take your gross income in B5, and we're going to subtract your taxes right here in B6, and select enter, and there you go. So you're really bringing home only 49,000. Okay, now that's per year, right? It says net yearly income. What are you bringing in home per month? Well, here's your next formula. So you're going to go equals, and you're going to take this yearly annual net income and you're going to divide it by, go slash, you're going to divide it by 12 to get to a monthly number. Okay, so you're going to be bringing home a little over 4,000 a month. Okay, which sounds like a lot of money, right? But in actuality, it's not not nearly enough to live on your own. So you're going to find that out. All right, so let's play with some numbers here. And let's talk about some fixed monthly expenses. One of them is your rent. Okay. So in this project here, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, what would the average rent be for a one-bedroom apartment? Okay, so let's click on rent here, and we're going to go comma, because I didn't add this in. So one-bedroom apartment, one-bedroom apartment, okay? And then we're going to put that number over here. So what would that be in Temecula? So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here. We're going to add in a tab here. And we're gonna, oh Jesus, what's going on here? Start page. I want to do a Google search here. Okay, so we're gonna type in one-bedroom apartment. We're gonna do some research here. Not in Long Beach, not in, okay, near me. Okay, that means they have to know where I'm. I wonder if they know. They probably do. This is Google, right? One-bedroom apartment in Temecula. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we go. So let's just see what let's see what we come up with here. Okay, look at this right here. So in Murrieta, Temecula, one-bedroom apartment's going to cost you, look at this, around 2,300 bucks. It's not cheap, guys. This is like a small mortgage. Okay, so let's enter this in. So one-bedroom apartment, 2,300 bucks. Okay, car payment. Okay, so let's see what a car payment's going to be like. So let's say, let's type in car payment, monthly payment. So monthly payment for 40,000. So monthly. This is another Google Sheet project, by the way. Monthly payment for a $40,000 car. Okay, so 40,000. No, let's say you only get a $30,000 car coming out of college. So let's start small. Okay, so here we go. So let's take a term length of 5 years right here. It's 600 bucks, guys. Okay, the longer the term, the smaller the monthly payment, or the shorter the term, the higher the monthly payment, as I've been talking about in class. So let's use the $600 number. Okay, so let's close this one out. Let's close this one out too. Let's go back to our spreadsheet, 600 bucks. Okay, car insurance. What's car insurance for an 18-year-old in Temecula? So let's find that out. Okay, so and that's based upon a lot of factors, but let's just see if we can get an average number. So average car insurance for an 18-year-old. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so look at this. $485 per month for full coverage. Oh boy, see, you guys are expensive. Okay, so let's put that in. Okay, so let me see. What did it say? What did it say? For 485 bucks. Okay, so if you're going to be paying all this on your own, here's what you got to handle. Okay, cell phone. Let's just say, 75 bucks. Okay, depending on the plan, right? Internet, TV. Well, most people, nowadays they have smart TVs, and with all the smart TVs, you got to pay for the apps, and each app is probably an average of $10. And from what I've heard, people have more than one app, and if you have YouTube TV, that starts at 85, plus 2 or 3 additional apps, you're right up to 100 bucks. So I'm going to put in an average number of 100 bucks right there. Gym membership, that's 30 to bucks to $100 depending on where you go. But if you go to EOS or some of the cheaper gyms, it's like 35 a month. Medical, that's expensive. If you have to get medical and your employer doesn't give you medical and you have to pay it on your own, okay, so here we go. Go to plus sign here, type in, let's go to Google here, put down medical insurance for an 18-year-old. So medical insurance, all right, uh, for an 18-year-old. Let's see what it comes up with here. Okay, so this might be tough. So actually, you're covered. You're covered under your parents up, I think, up until like 25. So let's change it from 18 to 25. Let's see if we get a different number here. Okay, so I need costs. So cost of okay, so here we go. Determining average health insurance cost by age 25. So look at that. 459 bucks for a 25-year-old. Okay, let's use that. Okay, so it's 425. You can't go without medical insurance, guys. There's so many things that could happen on the freeway if you're driving or just around town, or geez, what happens if you fall down the stairs and get hurt, or if you play sports. Oh my God, like you guys that know me in class, okay, I was involved in motocross. I had special insurance just for that because I got hurt so many times. And trust me, I needed it. Okay, so once you get your expenses going, then what you need to do is total them up. Okay, so what you do is you go to your total column here and you say you got a sum. So equal sum, right? Parentheses here, and then you select the range. So you go up to the top, press and hold on, and you select the range of cells that you want to sum up. And of course, you have to know that sum means add. And so I'm going to add all the cells from B12 all the way down to B20. And notice there's a semicolon. That's called a range of cells. And then you hit enter, and it sums them up. So just the fixed expenses alone are almost take up everything you have left over in your net monthly income, which is a little over 4,000, 4,083 to be exact. And so you only have 60 bucks left in the month, and you have nothing. You have a ton of other stuff to do here. And this is what I love about this project is that it teaches you that living on your own is expensive. Okay, so we're not done yet though. So let's do a little bit more, and then you guys can finish the rest on your own. So because you only have to know the sum command to do this, and all you have to do is type the values in. Okay, so let's talk about savings here. You want to save 10% minimum of your gross. Okay, well I should type that in. So of gross income. Okay, so that is equal to, okay, 0.1, which is 10%, all right, times, so go shift 8, your gross income, your base, your monthly income, okay, and you don't want to do the annual, you want to do the monthly, all right, because you want to know what you have to save to do that. Well, you want to save 408 bucks, but guess what? You're not going to be able to do it because you don't have enough money. You already spent all of it, so you're in trouble already. Okay, investments, you want to save 5% in that. Well, right now you can't do it, but let's just set a goal here. Let's calculate what we should be doing even though we can't do it. Okay, so we want to save 5%, so 0.05. All right, that's 5%, and then go shift 8 times, and then you select, not your annual, but your monthly, which is in B9, okay, and select enter. So you want to save a little over 200 bucks in investments. So, and this will change too. You want to put more in your investments than savings. So this will be switched later on in life, but right now you need probably more liquidity than anything else. You want to be able to access to your money. But within a year or so, then you want to save this, or you want to switch this. You want to put more money in your investments and less money in your savings, like only 2% in your savings and probably 18% in your investments. So, because you always want to have some cash in the bank. All right, so we'll have to switch that. You know what? Let's see. You know what we could do? You know what? Let's do this. Let's just change it right now. So let's click on here and let's change 10% to 2%. No problem. Let's change investments from 5% to, let's change it to 18% for a total of 20%. Redo our formulas here. So change 0.1 to 0.02, 0.02, all right, because that's what 2% is. All right, press return. And then you got to change your other one. So instead of 5%, we're going to change it to 0.18, which is 18%. So this is really what you want to do. Okay, you want to put more money in investments that you're not going to touch for the next 40 years so you can live in retirement. All right, and less money into your savings because you're not making much money on there. Okay, so what does that add up to? Well, that's equal to the sum of these two guys, right? Oop, I got to type in sum in the parentheses, and then you click and drag, and you press return. There you go. So you want to be saving about that, but you can't do it right now because you don't make enough money because you're spending too much. You're spending too much on your apartment. You need a roommate, guys. Okay, so you got to cut that in half. So you can cut all that stuff in half, including utilities. Okay, and then gas. So, okay, so gas, cost per gallon, miles per gallon, cost per mile. How much do we spend on gas? Well, let's go up here to the gas calculation. So before we get to the variable, let me show you a little gas calculations here. So right now the cost per gallon is close to $5 per gallon. Okay, and we're in 2024 in the month of May, but you know some places it's $4.95 and some places close to $6. So it depends on where you're at, right? And what gas station you go to. All right, now the miles per gallon in the car varies too. It depends on your car. Mine gets about 22 per gallon. So I'm going to put 22 in there. All right. The cost per gallon is the cost divided by the MPG. So that is equal to your cost per gallon divided by the miles per gallon. So it spent 23 cents a mile. And then average miles per day, you're going to have to figure that out. So I drive roughly 50 miles per day. And then what I would do is that's during the week, by the way. So that's for 5 days out of the week. On the weekends, who knows? So maybe I average 45 overall, and then I have to multiply it times 30. So maybe 45 miles per day. And then here you got to multiply it times 30. That's what the direction state. So I got to take this number right here and multiply it by 30. All right, and you get an average number. And then, of course, you got the cost per month. So we're driving 1,350 miles per month here. The cost is 23 cents per mile. So this number here is equal to the mileage times, okay, the cost per mile, which is up here in H8 right there. You press enter. So I'm going to be sending about a little over 300 bucks a month. So there you go. That's how you figure out the cost for gas over the month on average, okay? And then you got to go through all of these other things here. So we're not done yet. So here, let's go to our variable expenses. So gas, of course, you know, the cost for gas is 306 bucks, so I'm going to leave this one out. So I'm going to keep that blank. Go down here, groceries, food in. So what is the single person, like 25-year-old, spend on groceries per month? So let's find that out. I actually don't know that answer. So we type in average, okay, cost of groceries. Sorry guys, I'm not the best typist. Groceries, average cost of groceries, average cost per month of groceries per month. All right, for one person in California. Okay, so look at that. So the average California spends just under 4,000 or 3,865 bucks a year. All right, that is, oh, you know what? Average grocery and food costs. Okay, so this includes, well, it says non-restaurant food. Okay, so that means you're going to the store. So a little over 300. So let's say Let's just say 300. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear this one out here too. This one here too. Okay, go back to our spreadsheet. Let's put in 300 bucks. See? Okay, dining out. That's a pleasure, right? In place of the food. So if you dine out once per week and you spend, let's say, 75 bucks, you got to multiply it by 4. So dining, let's make a little caveat here. One time per week. One time per week. Okay, and if that's the case, 75 times 4, that's 300. So you spend another 300 on going out, and that's only one time a week, guys. Okay, hygiene. I mean, that's like all your products that you use in the bathroom, right? So I don't know what you want to put there, but you got to put something there. So whatever you think you spend, you put a number there. Haircuts. I go once a month, and it's 30 bucks a time for me. But if if it was a girl, okay, that's gonna be a heck of a lot more. Okay, so you got to put a number there for you that makes sense for you. Car maintenance, you gotta amortize this over the year and divide it by 12 to get a monthly number. But you're gonna let's go on the line here. Let's figure this out. What's the average cost per year for car maintenance? Okay, so average cost per year. All right, for car maintenance, I don't know the exact numbers on this, and I don't know the averages. I gotta spell it right. Maintenance. Okay, there we go. Okay, so average annual cost for automobile repair in California is about 400 bucks, and then you divide that by 12. Okay, so let's use that as a number. So 400, so equals 400 or 400, sorry. 400 divided by 12. There we go. 33 bucks roughly. Car repair, you got to always factor in a car repair, so just in case of emergency. So car repair, maybe, what's the you got to come up with a number on that. So if you save 50 bucks per month, that's 600 a year. That in case you have an emergency, like if your air condenser goes out, like mine did, that's 6 to 800 bucks. So I would say 50 bucks per month because that's 600 a year. That'd be good. That doesn't mean you have to spend it. It just means that you count for it and then you put it off to the side. Okay, entertainment. Oh, that's like movies, and things and fun stuff. So if you spend 100 a week, all right, times 4. So, that's 400 a month. So, but we can back it off to 300 because you got to go out, right? You're 25 years old, right? Motocross, 0. You guys probably don't motocross. If you do, put a number in there. Okay, now we got to total these up. So you got to sum them up. So type in sum. All right. You click and drag and highlight the cells you want to sum up, right? And there we go. So your variable expenses are now up to over 1,000. That's going out of pocket. And by the way, you can't do all that because you don't have enough money coming in. Okay, and we're not even done yet, guys. Okay, so credit card expenses. You guys probably don't have a Costco and credit card, so I'm just going to put a number in there for fun, just to play with numbers here. I'm going to put in 50 bucks each right there, and then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to sum them up to show you how to use a spreadsheet. So use the sum command, and then you simply click and drag and you highlight the cells that you want and hit enter. And obviously 50 plus 50 is 100. So you can see your formulas work. And then up here in your holiday section, you need to put some, because you got to give gifts to people. So you got to think about how much do you spend, and then you divide it by by 12 to get a monthly number so you can save for this. All right, so you guys can do that. I'll leave that up to you. I want to go to like the utilities because that definitely is a monthly number here that you guys are going to spend money on. Electricity is expensive, guys, especially if you use the AC and especially if you live out here and it's 110 degrees during summertime. So your electric bills are huge. And in a small one-bedroom apartment, I have no idea what the electrical bill is, so let's find out. So average electric bill for a one-bedroom apartment. Okay, so let's see. There you go, 138 per month. Let's use that. So let's go 138 bucks a month. Gas, same thing. You just type the wording in. So it says average electrical bill. Well, guess what? Let's change it to gas bill. So type in gas. Okay. So it's about 65 bucks a month. So you type that in. So there we go, 65 bucks. What? And you keep on doing this, and you keep on putting actual numbers in there. So I want you guys to research wastewater and laundry, okay, and all that. I'm just going to put some fictitious numbers in here just because I got to speed up the presentation, but you actually put in good numbers. Don't turn in your project with 50s in there, all right, because that means you didn't do any research. Okay, and then your total, okay, equals sum. Again, same sum command, it's that simple. Click and drag, highlight the cells that you want to add, and there you go. So your utilities are going to be a little over 350 bucks. And then, of course, you want to figure out some periodic investments, and this goes back to chapter 2. Okay, so these are single periodic. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, you know what? This is a non-periodic investment. That's a different formula right here. So this one here, we're going to have to modify. That's your single time investment formula. You know what? I'm going to delete that. I got to change that. And I'm going to pause the video here because then I'll break it up into 2 parts. Because that is a little bit different. Okay, so if you would like to research what that is, you can go back into your chapter 3, I think it was, or chapter 2 or 3, and figure out your periodic investment formula so we can program that in. And that was a nice doozy formula. And we can figure out some periodic investments, assuming you invest your money either monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, and all that. And we'll do that. That would be a part 2 of the video right there. Okay, so there you go. That's a good start on a basic, simple budget, and it shows you how much money's going out. In fact, you know what? I got to do one more thing. I didn't figure out the net after all expenses. Holy cow! This is like really, really important. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to write a formula for the net. So we got to take our monthly gross, which is up here, it's 4,083.33, and we're going to subtract all the money going out. So here we go. So this is equal to your monthly gross, which is in B9, okay, the $4,083.33. And I got to subtract everything else, okay? So I got to subtract the savings and the investments. Actually, yeah, well, you know, we should, yeah, we have to do that. We have to subtract it. So we're going to subtract it, okay, and go minus the gas calculations, minus the holiday calculations, even though we're not there yet. Don't worry about it. Just do it anyways. And we got to subtract the fixed expenses, and we have to subtract the variable expenses, and we have to subtract the credit card expenses, okay, and we have to subtract the utilities, and then press enter. And look at that, we are negative $2,551.48. So we are so behind, it's not even funny, meaning that we are negative. And that's not a good situation, guys. Okay, that's why it's so important that, there we go, that we either make more money or really spend less, right? So, because you want to be able to save this. So even if we took out this number here and we changed this, the savings account, and we made that 0, savings and investments, even if we did that, we still wouldn't even have enough money because too much money is going out. And that's why budgeting and knowing where the money goes is so important. Okay, so go ahead and continue working on this. I will see you on part 2 of the video, either that or in class on the periodic investments, or figure it out on your own because it's not that hard to do. Use your periodic investment formula here, and you got 4 more parts to do, and I'll see you then. And then after that, you can submit it. And again, When you share and submit, you got to turn it to TVSD, turn on editor mode, copy the link, and then submit it in Canvas so I can see your work. Okay? All right, and hopefully it helped you out. I'll see you in my next lesson. Take care. Bye-bye.